Hey, Hills Baptist Church. My name's Nick. And I was recently reading the story where Jesus calls Simon Peter, one of his first disciples. And I noticed something. So how the story goes is Jesus is teaching the Word of God by a lake. And there's this big crowd around him. And then Peter's there. Now, he's not part of the crowd. He's just come from a massive fishing trip where they didn't catch anything, very unsuccessful, very discouraging, pulls his boat up and he's cleaning his nets. Now this teacher comes along and jumps into his boat and asks Peter to take the boats out so he can continue teaching. Now Peter makes his first sacrifice by stopping what he does to do that, to take Jesus out onto the lake. And then Jesus then asks him to do something even more. He asks him to throw his nets out, these freshly cleaned nets, out into the water to try to catch some fish. Now, they've just come back from a discouraging, unsuccessful fishing trip. But Peter, it says, because he trusted in Jesus' word, he does it. And the result is a successful fishing trip like they've never seen before. The net's breaking and they need to call their friends out to help them bring it all onto the land. And realizing who Jesus is, Peter says, "Depart from me, for I'm a sinful man, O Lord." He recognizes Jesus as Lord and he recognizes himself as a sinner. And Jesus says, "Don't be afraid. Come, follow me, and I will make you a fisherman of people." And then Simon Peter does the greatest sacrifice of dropping everything to follow Jesus. What I notice in this story is Peter is progressively sacrificing more and more, starting from stopping what he was doing to throwing out the nets to dropping everything and following Jesus. And that progressive sacrifice corresponds to his confidence in who Jesus is. And the message for us is we might be being called to follow Jesus into a space. We might be called to sacrifice for him. It might be just a little bit. It might be a lot. But as we understand who Jesus is, and as we begin to trust his word more and more, those sacrifices will become a joy as we follow Jesus into whatever he has for us. So as we keep reading his word and understanding who Jesus is and what he's done for us and how through him we as sinners might be forgiven and given a new life, we're empowered to give our lives for Jesus, to sacrifice it all because he sacrificed it all for us. Friends, we are praying for you. We love you. And we hope that you would know and understand this more and more and more.